This is the most important time in crypto. Most of you guys might be calling this the bear market. In this video, I will go through how to find meme coins early. Straight to the point, I will reveal my exact strategy, how I enter the projects, when I leave the projects, when I cash out, entire process basically. So basically the big problem here that we're trying to tackle is that most people, they're either too late to the meme coins or they have the wrong strategy. As you can see here perfectly on this graph here for Fortcoin, a meme coin we know pumped like crazy. With the right strategy, with the right indicator, you will be able to not only long a project like this, but you will also be able to short it. As you can see here, longing this project all the way up until it flipped would yield you 700% gains roughly. And of course, if you traded on a faster time frames, you would have more flips along the way. But some of you guys are trading on the 4-hour and some on the daily. I'll do a mix of both. But of course, we'll talk more in detail on exactly how I execute that later in the video. If you shorted this meme coin, you would have made another 72% on top of that. So just imagine you traded with 2x leverage, not even something crazy like 5 or 10x, just simple 2x leverage. Just going here, you would have made those 700% would now be 1400% or 14x. And you would have been able to nail a meme coin like Fortcoin very easily using this strategy. And I'll also mention a very specific meme coin that I think could do something similar to Fortcoin. It's just in the early stages right now. And of course, I'm not sponsored by the project or anything like that. I'll talk about my strategy and you will see exactly why I will be there both longing and shorting the project depending on how it all plays out. But it's going to be a big project, I believe. But back here to Fortcoin, you would have made 14x on longing this project, and then on the downturn you would have made another 70 to 75% on the downturn. So you would have made over a 30x simply using my strategy here and not even gambling any money or placing big bets early on projects. This was after exchange listing and the smallest amount of risk possible. So let's go through some meme coins and just check on this strategy in general. We can do Dogecoin here. So I'm gonna do this live with you guys here, just going into Binance. And as you can see, Dogecoin on the daily time frame, it's a bigger project. We have a bunch of fake outs, but we can just scroll back to when the project was pumping like crazy and just see the overall performance. Avoiding a little bit here in the beginning, as you can see, it's just green because the project was going crazy. Nothing fun in that. Everyone is like, yes, if it's green, you can buy and you'll make money. It all makes sense. What happens during the rougher times? So let's talk about it. Let's see how it would perform. The first uptrend here, around 700%, actually kind of similar to Fortcoin, which is pretty cool. Then we have the short, 50%. So already here, you would be closer to a 30x on Dogecoin using the strategy. Longing the next section here, that would be around 40% gains with 2x leverage. So even if it looks like a fake out, you still made money. There's one key point to this strategy that I'll mention it right away, so you guys don't have to wait later into the video. We'll save the later stuff for the project that I'm about to mention and just get straight to the point here. The reason for why we were able to extract money in fake outs like this, even this little one here, which looks impossible, like it's negative 2.3%. That would be 4.6% if you use 2x leverage, but most likely you would be cashing out around here because we use the stop loss as a tool for securing gains. When I put in a trade like this, I put it in at negative 30% on the stop loss and then we ride the trade. But as soon as I'm in profit, let's say I'm in profit right around a couple of days in, I'm like, okay, 16% profits, that's absolutely amazing. And what we do here is we pull the stop loss into profit, just a couple of percentages, and then we ride for a little bit more and we adjust the stop loss, adjust the stop loss, and we do that to secure as much gains as possible because we know on bigger projects that fake outs do happen. And you can see here are some fake outs. On these fake outs, we would lose money even with the stop loss strategy. And that's why the strategy is just a 70% win rate. And well, that's a really good win rate, but that's why it's not 100%. It's pretty much impossible to make a 100% winning strategy. So then we go over to SHIB. Let's look at that. Probably a very similar story to Doge, and you can see very clear trends. This is absolutely amazing. I love trading meme coins. The trends are just so easy to follow. The major trend here, as you can see, just like 200% easily confirmed. Very, very nice. And if you're ballsy to move the stop loss all the way up here, you could be securing like 300% or similar. Here you have a little tiny little fake out. You would be losing some percentages here. On the downtrend confirmation from right here, you would be securing like over 50% gains again. Absolutely amazing. Same thing here, going into an uptrend, just like securing like 10 to 20% gains, compounding your gains from the big spurt in the beginning. You would be making money all the way down here. This one, I would say you probably would be losing money on this one. Yeah, this one would be a loss for sure. This green one here as well, but as we can see very clearly, on the red path here, you would be making money shorting again. This strategy works very, very well, and it's not like this entire indicator doesn't change. Once the daily candle closes, it is set in stone and never changes, so it works live. So how do we actually find the meme coins, and what meme coin have I been teasing all along that I will be getting a very close look at? See if we can gain those 700% with 2x leverage. Looking at MEXC, the exchange that I use. Of course, I'm gonna have links down below so you can join in and trade on MEXC. We're also launching, like every time they have a new event. Now, for example, we're starting a trading team that you can join my team, and we will be fighting for the rewards together, basically splitting millions of dollars between all of the teams, and so we want our own team. Anywho, how do I find the meme coins? That is why I use MEXC as well. They list projects really, really early. As you can see here, we can go to Thoughtcoin. Like if you were to trade Thoughtcoin on Binance, it would look like this, and you most likely would get wrecked. Really, really wrecked. But Thoughtcoin listed on MEXC, look at that. So damn early. You would be in really, really early. And we kind of use the exchange as a filter. So what I would recommend you to do is follow my link down below, sign up to the exchange. My referral link is also the best way to get the best rewards and the lowest fees and similar, because all of the rewards are basically happening through the referral link. That's just the name of the game. That's how it works. What we do then is when you're signed in, you go into new listings and you kind of look at all of the new listings, and one sticks out very, very hard here. It is Jockey. And of course, from the Minecraft movie. That's just how it is. We can hit trade now and just see what it's all about. This is what it's looking like right now. We are waiting for this project to be listed on the futures market so we can actually short and long it, and then we're waiting to track it on TradingView here using my custom indicator in order to place in the trades. What I've done here on my specific YouTube account, I have a private account and a YouTube, basically a company account here on MEXC as well. I prepared $1,500 for trading this project here, and we'll just see how far it goes. I think it would be a fun challenge for YouTube, and can I show you guys the performance along the way. But yeah, the best way to keep track of this is just through the link down below, and you can track the project, stay ahead, and I'll keep you guys up to date on YouTube as well as I can on this project. But of course, when I record a video, there's a delay because the video has to be edited and uploaded and published. If you want the updates as live as possible on my Patreon, I am posting my trades live. Basically the same second I post the trades, I hit the paste button on Patreon as well. As the trade goes live, the post goes live on Patreon as well, and you will be able to just copy my trades straight out using my exact strategy. On there you'll also find the indicator if you want to track projects for yourself or similar. Maybe you find a better way to do it. I'm all for that. That would be absolutely amazing. But we have a full-blown team here now sitting and doing this, analyzing the markets, extracting as much money as possible. I want to answer some extra questions here that I think are a big deal. So from the viewers here, straight questions. What percentage of your portfolio should be in meme coins? I think it's a very important question. You can see here I put like $1,500, and I would say just like using less than 1% of your portfolio for meme coins. That's the name of the game. Like if you use 1% and you make a 30x, you increase your total portfolio by 30%, which would be amazing. Yes, you can use more if you don't have any money stored up. How do you spot rugs versus legit projects? It's what we've been talking about so far. I use this specific exchange, MEXC, link down below again. Just sign up and look at the new listings and see what you like and don't like. Put it in a tracking list. As you can see here, I have a tracking list linked right up here, and that's just how I do it. I keep track of the projects. I use my strategy, extract as much money as possible, both longing and shorting, because as we know, meme coins can go 100x, but they also go down by 99.9%, pretty much all of the time. Good question. How do you deal with taxes on meme coin profits? It's simple. I document it, I put it down, I tax it, capital gain tax, and I pay it every single year. That's how it works. I didn't want to go to jail or anything like that, so I just keep it straight. I do what I gotta do. A couple of years ago, I did 4,200 transactions or something similar on chain. I had to track down every single penny. I'm not one to play with the law. I'm just here to make money, pay my taxes, build companies, and you know, the whole deal. How do you manage risks when everything is so volatile? I think the biggest part here is just keeping your emotions outside of the equation, trading with an amount that is small in comparison to your total net worth, and that will basically reduce the emotional impact to zero and make it much easier for you to stick to your strategy. A great question, something I've been looking at a lot. Can I automate any of this? And you sort of can, but at the same time, you can't really, because that would put you in the same bracket as everyone else that's doing automation. So I would just avoid automation and instead put in a schedule of when you're able to trade and tune your trading strategy according to what fits your schedule. I look at graphs in the morning, and now when I'm recording this here, it's 3 o'clock, but I usually start around 2 o'clock and look at the graphs again, and 2 times a day, that's it. Then I check out, go to bed, whatever. I don't look at the graphs at all. So what if you're late to the project? Should you still enter the project? I think that's a pretty tough question to answer. I think the best thing you can do from watching all of these projects for so many years is just stick to your strategy. If you miss the entry point, like you have one entry point here on Thoughtcoin, another one here, and another one here. If you missed all of those 3 using the strategy, for those of you that know, we also trade on the 4-hour time frame, and then you would have even more times to enter the project. But for keeping the video simple here, on the daily time frame, if you missed all of these 3 entry points, I mean, then you just don't enter in the uptrend and wait for a downtrend confirmation. I would just wait for the next flip. You gotta have the patience that nobody else has. Who else do you know that trade all of these projects for like hundreds of days? Like most people, they day trade, like straight up gambling. We don't want to do that. That's it. I'm wrapping the video up like this. Hope it was useful and helpful. I'll keep you guys up to date as much as I can and guide you along the process. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.